We welcome in our favorite Benning here on the Huskers Radio Network, Caleb Benning out of Westside. Caleb, obviously have to give a little bit of poke at your dad, a colleague of ours, but thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations. How does it feel? Signing day is finally here.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. It feels great. The commitment process was a very long process, and it feels great to just fast forward all the way to signing day.
You know, you're one of the top recruits in the state of Nebraska, and a lot of hype surrounding you your entire high school career. So when you start getting recruited, take me through the decision process of how you approached it and how you wanted to go through the recruiting process.
Really, I wanted to get a feel for everybody. I think I'm above average at reading people, so just getting around people and seeing how they act, how they treat me, hearing from other players how the coaches are, how it is to be in the program, really just exploring and seeing what it would be like day to day in the program.
You had a lot of people, I'm sure, in your ear, a lot of people probably hitting you up about the process. You know, how did you handle it? How were you able to handle it and all the pressure and expectations that come along with it?
I would say just doing things my way. Obviously listening to the people around me, but really making sure that I feel good in making my own decisions and not just doing stuff because other people might want me to. Talking to my dad and my family a lot, taking them on trips with me, just seeing their perspective because I trust them. I've been with them my whole life. They know what's best for me. So just taking insight from people close to me and then also sticking to my own opinions and not focusing on the outside noise.
That being so grounded, where does that come from? How are you able to remain so grounded throughout that?
Definitely my dad. I see he's very busy all the time, a lot of people to talk to, a lot of people, a lot of responsibility. So just seeing him have a cool demeanor about 95% of the time he's doing life, I would say definitely rubbed out on me.
So when you decided to choose Nebraska, and again, a long process, thought out process, you did your due diligence. What was it about the Huskers coach role, this staff, that you felt like it was the fit for you, besides, you know, just the legacy part of it and being a Nebraska kid? But I know you really wanted it to make sure that it was the right fit for you. So why was it the right fit for you?
I took a visit in January when Coach Rule got the job, and it was just kind of like an introduction, and I really liked the vibes he gave off. He was very personable, easy to talk to. I could see a lot of his players just liking him, being close to the head coach and trusting him. And then in the spring, I sat down with Coach Cooper, and we got on the same page. He explained to me that I'm very wanted, and that was a big key because I don't want to go anywhere I'm not wanted. College football is hard enough, so you'd rather be around people that enjoy having you around than not. And really from there, they just made it known that they wanted me. I'm reaching out a lot. And then also seeing the vision with Coach Rule, I know he's had a lot of success at the past places he's been at. And I could tell that this year the record may not speak for it, but there was a lot of improvement that a lot of people don't see.
So you played wide receiver and defensive back. You mentioned you played running back growing up, but how did you land on defensive back? What is it about that spot, that position, that it fits you best, that you feel like it's the best spot for you?
I would say I'm naturally physical. I used to play rough ever since I was 3, so being physical on defense definitely helps a lot. But there's also a lot of opportunities to make plays, coming downhill and tackling, pass deflection, interception. So just it allows me to be a playmaker every single play. Wide receiver, you may have to run block. You may run a good route and not get the ball. So just making plays every chance I can is really what I'm about.
You know, that being said, how much has playing wide receiver help you as a defensive back?
Oh, a lot. Just understanding as a wide receiver what you want to do to the DB, and then 30 minutes later in practice, understanding what wide receivers want to do to you. It's almost like cheating. It helps you out a lot with body movements, habits that the wide receivers have, just like routes that you'll run on a certain part of the field, routes you won't run on a certain part of the field. So playing wide receiver has helped me a lot.
Well, you mentioned the conversation that you had with Coach Cooper, but in terms of his coaching and developing guys and seeing him on the sideline and how he coaches guys, what about that is appealing to you?
I would say he's all business. When it's time to work, it's time to work, and I'm very much the same way. I like to get in when I'm supposed to get in, and just seeing the freedom he gives his guys to make plays. Those guys, watching them on Saturdays, they love playing football. They love making plays, and that relates really closely to me. And then just having my first real conversation with him be a sit down for about an hour and a half really lets me know the type of person he is, and there's a lot of trust with him.
You know, this coaching staff said from the start that they wanted to lock up the state of Nebraska and make sure that the best talent here in this state stays home. And if you look at the commitments from the state of Nebraska and the top talent and all the names that have the N next to them, yourself included, you've played a lot of these guys. You've known them growing up. What does it mean to you personally that the state of Nebraska, the talent here, is so important to this staff?
It means a lot. Seeing a lot of guys like Xavier Watts go to different schools. Like I just feel like it hasn't been prioritized in the past, and I know that there's a lot of great talent in Nebraska, even before me, that's got out of Nebraska. So really putting Nebraska on the map for high school sports, having a little brother getting ready for high school, and just giving because I know there's a lot of talent traveling and playing basketball and sports. There's a lot of talent in Nebraska, but because it's Nebraska in the middle of the U.S., nobody really looks at it. So just having an opportunity to put Nebraska on the map for younger people coming after me.
There's a few guys in this class that have dads that played at Nebraska and even track and field as well. But for you personally, how special is that to get to share that with your dad? I mean, you've talked about him a lot, but to get to, I know you want to create your own legacy, but to share in that and the brotherhood that comes along with being a Nebraska football player, how special is that for you?
It's very cool, very special. You mentioned it, the brotherhood. I've got to meet some really cool people. I'm pretty close to Johnny Rogers and Eric Crouch, so knowing that there's successful people like that in my corner, it means a lot.
All right, what goes into these next few months for you? I know you got a basketball season that you got high hopes for, but to be able to come here and hit the ground running with everything that's expected here and come the summer.
These next few months are very important. As you mentioned basketball, I'm trying to win a state title, but as soon as that's over, I already talked to Nebraska. We're going to get some workouts going and just like you said, hit the ground running in June and see what the freshman season holds for me.
All right, I got some fun questions for you. Maybe I'll let Husker fans get to know you a little bit. Who was your favorite player or athlete, any sport, growing up?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe
for sure.
Bryant. What did you like about Kobe?
He was just a killer. It didn't matter who was on his team. Pau Gasol, he's had some bad teams, good teams. He was going to do what he does and try everything he does to have success.
Awesome. Favorite hobby outside of football?
I'd probably say video games. I don't have a lot of free time, so just playing with my friends, having fun. Fortnite, 2K, NCAA, doesn't matter. Just video games.
All right. What's your favorite cereal?
Ooh, Fruity Pebbles for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Spotify Wrapped. I don't know if you're a Spotify guy, but who was your #1 artist?
It was Drake.
Drake.
By a mile, yeah.
By a mile. Were you in the top percentile?
Not quite. There's a couple more people that are bigger fans than me, but I was pretty close.
That's awesome. Okay, this is going to be a fun one. Can't wait to see your answer on this one. Rank these cookie flavors. All right, I'm going to give you 4 flavors. Rank them from 4th being last, obviously 1 being best. Chocolate chip, peanut butter, macadamia nut, oatmeal raisin. We'll see if you're your dad's kid on this one.
Oatmeal raisin first. Not even
no.
close. And then I'd say peanut butter in second, chocolate chip in last, because I don't like chocolate, and macadamia in third.
All right. Well, I'm sure your dad would say the same thing. You are your father's kid on that one. We have a lot of debate on that here in our broadcast. I am not oatmeal raisin. Greg, your dad, obviously big oatmeal raisin guys. So fun, very fun interview. Thank you so much. Great perspective and appreciate it. Congratulations again and best of luck in basketball season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.